Living 757. Today is Girls Show. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm perfect. As you can see, Quincy is in another mission. He called it work or vacation this time.
We told
I'm
him
not
the
sure.
wrong time and date for the show because you remember when I was out on maternity leave, Quincy and Patrick hosted a show where they were like, boys only.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. Well, you know what? We're back for revenge. This is a girls only episode. And
Yes.
you know what? We talked about this off camera. We chose our Halloween costumes.
Yes. And the good part about that is that Quincy have to stick to our choose now because sorry you were out. You left us the difficult decision to choose your costume for you.
But you know what? The good news, Quincy, is that we decided to not do the Backstreet Boys. We're not going to do NSYNC, but we are going to be the Spice Girls. So,
So which one is going to be Quincy?
Spice Up Your Life. Baby Spice.
Baby Spice. That's your
Baby
costume.
Spice.
I think he's gonna look so cute
And you
on
would,
the Baby Spice.
You would be Posh.
Yes,
right?
of course, Posh.
I love spooky season and I love football. I'm stuck between Scary and Sporty Spice, but you'll see. You'll see who I choose.
It's a surprise, so you guys have to stay tuned and wait for our episode for Halloween. So I think he's gonna love the choice for him.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You think he'll be okay being Baby Spice in his
He got no,
pink sparkly dress?
he got no choice. At this point, sorry, Quincy, you have to go with the flow.
Yeah. We love you, buddy. We'll see you back here soon. You know, speaking of Scary Spice, though, have you heard about this podcast called Two Girls, One Ghost?
No, and ghost scares me, so I don't think I want to hear about it.
Well, it's two girls who are best friends, and they do a podcast about all the most haunted places in America. And they're actually doing a tour where they're doing these live podcast shows. Now, for anybody who's a scary movie buff, you're going to recognize what they're doing during their live show. They're exploring the history of the house that the movie The Conjuring was based off of. For anybody who doesn't know, it's based off of these real life ghost hunters, a married couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren. And if you don't know about their movies, I'm a scary movie buff. Their movies are like the most scary movies I've ever seen.
The Conjuring, yes. They are very scary for me. So we can say that this is the most haunted podcast in America? Like,
the most haunted podcast in America. And they're bringing their live show to Norfolk, to the Addicts Theater, and you can get your tickets at 7 Venues website. So exciting. They're gonna do the history of the Conjuring house, but they're also going to bring in a little bit of comedy. So it's not gonna be all scary. There'll be some laughs in there too. You know, you need a little bit of comic
I don't know if I can go because I'm a very, when I get scared, I jump. I just have to hold someone next to me. Like I can feel like I'm not alone, especially if it's dark. I don't know. I have to find someone to come with me for sure.
Okay, wait a minute though, because
we can go together though.
But remember last year, we went to Bacon's Castle, and I asked you and Quincy if y'all would do a spooky ghost hunt sleepover with me there.
I say no. No! I would never do that. First of all, I have to be there without high heels. Imagine if I had to run away from a situation that I get scared. I have to be in flip-flops.
You might actually have to wear flats, because if we're running from a ghost, I'm sorry, girl, I'm gonna run. And if you're in heels, you're getting left behind.
Well, I don't know. Speaking of run and other things, do you know that, I'm just changing gears right now, do you know that how much time Americans or drivers in general spend sitting in traffic on their cars?
How much?
Más o menos, I want to say it, I want to talk in Spanish. Like a new study shows that almost 41 hours in 1 year, drivers spend that much time sitting in their car when we are in traffic. And that can cost us more than $850 in 1 year. What do you think about that? Can you imagine if we can have a specific time that we can convert it on money and send it to our taxes and they return? Because how many times you spend the most time that you stayed in a car? 30 minutes, like a crazy traffic?
Oh yeah.
30, 40 minutes?
I live in that one dreaded section of Deep Creek where no matter where you're going, there's traffic, so I believe it. And I feel like it's probably more expensive than that figure you just gave too, because it's not just gas costs, it's also terrible for your mental health to sit in that much traffic.
And your time.
Are they gonna pay our therapy bills?
and time, because your time is also valuable, you know?
Yes, girl. Now, after sitting in traffic, you might need to head over to the Chesapeake Wine Festival.
Yes, to relax.
That's going to take place Saturday, October the 14th at Chesapeake City Park. The gates open at noon, and the wine tastings are happening from noon to 5. You'll then have till 5:30 to purchase anything that you want. You do have to be 21 and up to attend, and they're only accepting service animals. So this is an adults-only event, but you can get your tickets. They're available on their website, chesswine.com.
I love that. Now you can get a ticket for stay with us in this great show that we prepared for you guys today. And of course, October is awareness, Cancer Awareness Month. And our friends from Riverside have a special story to share with us. Also, Aid and Another for that great cause. They're gonna visit us today on the show.
And we are learning all about the Virginia Beach Seafood Festival. But first, what would you say if I told you can get some of the most yummy food in the 757 for $7.57?
Oh my God, yes.
Stick around to find out.
$7.57? I'm in, girl.
This segment is brought to you by Rutter Mills. Your lawyer matters.
Welcome back to Living 757. A great way to connect with our community is through events. And what especially if it's through Yelp events. Today we have a special visit from my friend and senior community manager from Yelp, Coastal Virginia. Welcome to the show, Uni.
Hi, Patricia.
How are you, beautiful?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, so excited to have you because what you're bringing us today is a great, great deal for the whole 757. But now, what is Yelp and what is your role?
Yes, so Yelp is the app, yelp.com, where people can share their experiences at great local businesses in the area. And I'm the senior community manager of Yelp here in Coastal Virginia, and I make connections.
I love it.
Yeah.
And when you say the senior community manager, you make connections, how do you help all these businesses here in our local 757?
Yes, well, I highlight the businesses through our app with our Yelp community through events, like the one you attended last week,
yes.
and Ashley. And then I highlight them also on social media.
Lovely, lovely. So now, we are here today because you have a special event called 757 Deal. What is this about?
Yes, so that is to bring awareness to the Yelp Elite Squad in the community and how people can get involved in the community and what we do to support local businesses. And then we have 16 different businesses being highlighted throughout this campaign. But we have 12 check-in offers where all of the businesses are offering amazing deals for $7.57.
Okay, say that again. $7.57.
Yes.
What does that mean? So I can go to a restaurant and order a dish that maybe costs double the price, but just for that day it's gonna be the price, or for the whole month of October?
Yes, so we designed it to, of course, the pride of our area code, 757.
Okay.
So you can get meals from like Moroccan Mediterranean food to Indian food, Korean food. There's a lot of coffee. There's just so many things.
I love it. So I want to know more specifically how this works. So they have to download any app to show the restaurant's business that they're participating. Anything that so I can have that price?
Yeah, so they can go to www.757deal.com and all of the participating businesses are listed there. But basically, they visit the participating business, check in on the Yelp app. So you do need a Yelp account in order to check into the Yelp business page.
Where's my phone? I have mine right here, so I'm gonna get ready.
And then you just need to check in and a coupon will pop up. And then you just show the place of business and they will give you their awesome deal.
And this is like if I go with my whole family or a group of friends, we all can download the app and show the restaurant. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's one coupon per user.
Per
day.
person,
Yeah.
per day. So, and this is going to be the whole month of October.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you can try all these dishes and food just the whole month for
Yes.
$7.57. I love that. So what else is coming from Yelp this year?
Well, we're going to close out the year, but this is the last real campaign before 2024. It's right around the corner.
It's crazy. Now, Uni, for people that want to contact you and they want to, do business with you, how do they do that?
Yes, so they can reach coastalvirginia@yelp.com or slide into our DMs on Instagram.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure that I have my Yelp app right here, and I'm gonna go and try all these beautiful dishes in these restaurants. So now, to get a little bit taste of what we're just talking about, Ashley have two of the participant restaurants on this great event.
Thank you so much, Patricia and Uni, and also thank you, Patricia, for allowing me to do the taste testing portion of this segment because food is my thing. Now, first, I'm with Cindy. You are from Goji Guys Korean Barbecue. We visited you guys last week.
Yes.
We had an amazing time at the Yelp 757 event. What do you have going on here on the table?
I brought some popular items that we sell in the restaurant. I have the galbi Korean short ribs, and I have some bulgogi and seafood pancake, also pork belly, and some side dishes of Korean japchae noodles and kimbap and kimchi fries.
Okay, perfect. Now, we've been talking about the Yelp 757 deal. Are any of these part of your Yelp 757 deal?
Of course, everything is included, and then we also have over 40 more items of options on the menu that's all included as well.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you guys are all you can eat.
Yes.
And what exactly is the deal? The deal is $7.57 off of the total price for all you can eat, right?
Yes, and then you also get a free soju bomb.
So I have to be candid here. We did soju bombs while we were there last week, and they were so much fun. So if there was somebody who was looking at the food, they're listening to you describe it, and they've never tried any of it, and they're apprehensive to try new food, what would you suggest they try first?
I would recommend to start with the bulgogi.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's like the basic of that's like very traditional Korean dish. The bulgogi and then the seafood pancake. Those are it's very popular. And then
Okay. And are there any items that aren't here on the table that you find are really, really popular with people who come in?
Yes, a lot of people like the pork belly. Like they have different marinade seasoning of pork belly, and also have the bulgogi, which is a spicy rice cake. It's like a mochi texture,
Yeah.
but with spicy flavor and sauce.
So good. And lastly, before we move on, what does it mean to you to be a part of the Yelp community here in Coastal Virginia?
I think it's very very fun, and then I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It feels to me like a really big community
Yes.
that's all supporting each other.
Yes, that's definitely.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to come back in and visit soon. I'm going to bring my husband and my two kids. The baby can't eat anything yet, but my son would be obsessed with the kimchi French fries.
Cute.
Thank you so much. All right. Hey, Marison.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
She's from Kitchenfinity, and what do you have on the table here? Because it smells amazing, and this looks really interesting. So
Yes.
talk me through it.
Okay, so this is our Nashville chicken sandwich. Actually, this is our popular dish in our menu. We've done a lot of festivals throughout the year,
Okay.
and we're known for our Nashville chicken with our comeback sauce, because it's gonna make you come back for more.
Oh,
And then we also have our dessert, which is our first dessert that offers taiyaki, which is a Japanese waffle shape fish cone. And then with the ice cream option, this is a ube ice cream. And then also we could like dress it up with different toppings. And so, yeah, so this is actually includes on the 757 deal. So you get the Nashville chicken with the taiyaki dessert.
Oh my goodness. And you get all of it
Yes.
for $7.57.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's
It's
amazing.
so good. So you get
And
spicy
you
and
guys-
sweet.
You guys, if you could smell this right now, like I'm definitely gonna try this. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on camera or off, but either way, I'm gonna try it. And
Definitely
yeah,
try
they're in my ear. Like, there's more than one plate. Don't touch them all, Ashley, because they know I might. Now, what else do you guys have on your menu for anyone looking to come in, but they
Sure.
might not be a big fan of chicken?
Okay, so we have the Korean short ribs. This is very popular, but our menu is a rotating menu, so every week we always have something different.
Ooh.
So we have, like last week we did Peruvian food, we do seafood boil, we have Filipino dish, of course, and we do breakfast, Filipino breakfast, and then, you know, we have Italian, so we switch it up every week. So feel free to come check out our website, our social media page. We'll definitely have our menu posted there weekly.
That is super exciting. Now, same question I asked Goji guys. How, like, what does it mean to you to be part of the Yelp community here?
It's great. It's great to meet other people and then also be able to connect. It's a great opportunity to, like I said, networking, and then allows others to come and check us out and see what we have to offer. We do have upcoming events that we would love to everybody to come out. You know, especially we would love to do a lot of things for the community. Like this Saturday, we're doing a free yoga class, and then we're doing trunk or treat for Halloween. So we're doing car show events, and so there's many more other things on live music.
You guys really do have something
Yes,
for
ma'am.
everyone, don't you?
Yes.
And your information has been up on the screen. Thank both of you ladies for coming in and bringing all this food.
Thank you for having
I've been
us.
trying not to drool this whole time on camera, but thank you guys again for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Now, breast cancer is the most common cancer in the world. And in fact, 1 in 8 women in the United States will end up with breast cancer at some point in their life. Every October, we are afforded the opportunity to spread awareness about making that crucial catch. And our friends at Riverside are leading the way.
When I got diagnosed with breast cancer, it was really quick, a little scary to tell you the truth, because you don't know what to expect. You see others in your life and in your you know, friend group and maybe their friend group that gets dealt the C card, and you're like, would I be as brave as them? Would I be able to honor my family and know what to do if that was ever me? And this time it was. It's not me fighting cancer, cancer's fighting me, you know? And I feel like I'm in a street fight, and all of my friends and my family and all of my support are standing behind me, and it made me a stronger cancer survivor.
Everybody has a cancer story. I've been down the road with cancer my whole life. I've never had it, but I've had people close to me. I've had miracles with cancer. I've had my closest best friend relative pass away. So having never had cancer doesn't mean you don't have a cancer story. You have, your loved ones have cancer, and the people around you. It's a battle that we all share, and we need to fight together.
Last year, I visited my primary care physician, Dr. Mori, and he's amazing. He always takes the time to listen to me and go over what I feel is important, and then, you know, he shares what he feels is important. He said, let's go ahead and set up your annual preventative care maintenance, which would be my mammogram. So I went in, and they had mentioned that a little shadow, something showed up on your mammogram, and the doctor came in and he explained that I did have breast cancer.
You're right, we did have breast cancer.
We
at that point.
did have, yeah, we all had breast cancer. Yeah, thank you for saying that, because it's true. My daughters were concerned because they were girls, you know, and they wanted to know what was gonna futuristically, was this something that they were gonna need to be aware of? So they got on the phone with the doctors and asked a lot of questions, and they were so there for them. They were willing to talk to my daughters and saying, hey, this is estrogen positive, which means it's not genetic. Everyone from the moment of my primary care physician to my next step at the diagnostic center, to my next step at my surgeon's office, to my next step at my oncology, and then my, you know, radiation plan. It was all discussed with me. It was all open. It was a pleasant experience when it came to my treatment, when it came to my nurses, when it came to my doctors. Having breast cancer is not a pleasant thing to have, but they made it as pleasant as they possibly could.
Part of your healing and part of you getting through it was doing it here in your community, because everybody gave you that ability and gave you the ability to understand your diagnosis, understand the criteria of what you needed to get through, and finding that next step was, for you, was giving back and reaching back into the community. And, you know, I mean, you really focused on, you know, that early detection, early awareness. That's what your big thing is everybody needs to come get a mammogram, and that's what you wanted to get across. And as sick as you were at some points, that's what you focused on. That's what got you through.
It's okay to get screened. It's okay to have support. It's okay to reach out to others, because as women, we don't want to. But it's important to allow that to come into your life. And let's stand for that alone. It's like, you know, we are women, we are fighters.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. We just wanted to tell you that it's been an honor to be a part of your breast cancer journey. Thank you so much for letting us support you and being involved in everything that entailed your healing journey, with being on phone calls with your doctors, to going to your appointments with you, and allowing us to support you. We support the fight against breast cancer and appreciate everything that you've gone through to still put everybody first. Thank you so much. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. Love you.
And you know, like he said there in the package, even if you yourself aren't affected by cancer, everybody has a cancer story or knows someone who has been affected by breast cancer.
That is right, Ashley. And October is Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you so much to our friends from Riverside, because they always bring and share with us these amazing stories.
They really do, and they provide such a great community for anyone who's suffering here in the 757.
And what a great to know and have that you can come with Riverside. It's not just for you, also for your family.
Absolutely. Now we have to hit the pause button, but when we return, we are celebrating yet another hometown hero from the 757.
That's
Don't
right.
go anywhere.
And look at this.
Is brought to you by Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. You need Bud's.
Welcome back to Living 757. This is one of my favorite segments that we do, where we honor the heroes who are changing the world right here in our backyard. So please join me in welcoming two people from one of my favorite local charities, Ryan and Alex from Aid Another. Hey guys.
How are you?
I know you guys are busy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Now, Ryan, this question is for you, because I know that you have a long history with the charity. How was Aid Another born, and how has it evolved?
It was born, my wife, Christine, is the founder of Aid Another, and it started because of our son, Ethan, who is on the spectrum. He's autistic, and we realized that there wasn't very many programs for individuals like himself, ones that he can feel accepted and not feel the pressure that sometimes sports can sometimes have on a kid. So it started with the Great Neck Baseball League, and that was started about 9 seasons ago. And it has actually evolved into basketball, has evolved into a lot of different other programs that have been able to use Ethan as our muse to be able to get him out there and do different programs. And so it's been a great opportunity for him to be able to do things, but it's also paved the way for people even like Alex's son that have been involved with it as well.
Okay, now you started as a charity that catered to autism. But it's not just about autism anymore.
No, it's not. No,
so
it's not.
what else do you cater to?
It keeps on evolving. So as long as my son continues to grow, it will grow. If that makes any sense. When you're young, it's the smaller things. Now we have a tween dance. So, and then there's also an adult social for the older individuals that are affected by all these different issues that they might have. So it's definitely keeps evolving, and there's a lot of different things that we're having. Alex is actually going to talk about some of the things that we do also too.
Yes, that was going to be my next question. You all have such a long list of programs that you provide for the community. So can you tell me about some of them?
Yeah, well, currently the programs that are running, we have Adaptive Cheer on Mondays, and then on Thursdays we have Adaptive Dance, which is at Bylaw Fusion in Virginia Beach, and then we have, as Ryan mentioned, baseball. So our 9th season of the Champions Baseball is on Saturday mornings at Great Neck. So we play at 8:30 every Saturday morning.
I love that. And it's so cool because you are providing these opportunities for anyone who is differently abled to lead a normal life. And that's so important. I feel like that's missing in a lot of communities. And due to you all being here, that's not the case here in the 757.
No, it's not.
It's really cool.
Exactly.
Now, you have an inclusive gala coming up. Tell me about the gala and what makes it inclusive.
Yeah, well, it's definitely inclusive from all areas. So it's our first annual, and we have vendors with disabilities that are providing services for us. We have a 360 photo booth that is wheelchair accessible, and we have a lot of volunteers from Aid Another that are going to be helping set up and tear down. Some of our bartenders have disabilities. So when we say inclusive, we really mean it. It's going to be a great evening, and tickets are on sale right now, and we still have sponsorship packages available too.
And where can people get tickets?
At aidanother.com.
Okay, cool. And you also have a big Halloween bash coming up. Everybody's excited about spooky season, so quickly tell me about the Halloween bash.
I did one last year. It was an adult kind of get together, social, and it's just, I will say this, they can't be more happy to be at these things. It's a good way for them to be socially active. A lot of times people forget that when kids get out of school, they don't really have that interaction with other people as easily as it is when you get a little older. So to have these functions and have these get-togethers for them, and just to say, hey, listen, this is a safe spot for you to come. You know, you're around people very like-minded, and it's a good way for us to introduce the community to them, not just the other way around. You know what I mean? Like to say, listen, this is what we do. We are our own community, and we're always looking for others to join the community. So if there's people out there that want to get involved and want to be a part of Aid Another, please reach out, go to the website, go to our social media, contact one of us, and we'd love to have you a part of it, because we know that there's people out there that know people that might want to be involved. So please get out there and reach out to us.
For sure. I feel like receiving any type of diagnosis can really affect you, and it can be really isolating.
Sure.
So Aid Another being here in the community and providing all the events and programs that you do, that's what makes you guys hometown heroes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now, Aid Another has so many amazing programs, and they sound like so much fun, and Patricia is with a guest who's going to make sure we get there safely.
That is right, Ashley, and it's very important to stay safe, especially when we're spending so much time sitting in our cars in traffic. Luckily for us today, we have the visit from our friend, John Sender. He's the director of the DMV's Highway. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
So happy to have you with us, because we have a lot to talk, but especially how important it is to be safe. Now, earlier today in the show, we were talking about Americans and drivers, especially. We spend so much time sitting in our cars when we're sitting in traffic. It is very important to wear the seatbelt when we're doing that, when we're waiting in a car, or not necessary?
It's very necessary.
Very.
Very necessary. Whenever you're in the vehicle, and whether you're a passenger or you're behind the wheel, you need to be buckled up. And so that whether you're sitting in traffic or whether you're moving, it is the best protection that you have when you're in that vehicle. And I never want to fail to point out that seatbelts last year saved over 15,000 lives. And sometimes we think that if I'm in the back seat, I need not wear a seatbelt, but that's not true. Unbuckled passengers are not just at risk for themselves, but they also pose a risk to the driver of the vehicle. One study even shows that more than doubles the fatal opportunities of a frontal crash for a driver if, in fact, there is a passenger unbuckled in the back seat, because they truly become projectiles, and so it's very dangerous. So if you're in the vehicle, no matter what seat you're sitting in, make sure you're buckled up.
That's right. And that was my second question, like if it was important to wear the seatbelt even if we are in the back seat. Now, the reason that I ask you this is because the other day I experienced almost 30 minutes sitting in my car, and I saw people coming out of the car, smoking, dancing, talking, and when they went back, they didn't put the seatbelt right away. So that's what I've come up with that question. Now, what is the most common mistakes that drivers do in general?
In general.
Like if they don't use the seatbelt.
In general, one of the biggest mistakes they make is think that, well, I'm just going on a short trip, or we won't be in the vehicle long, so I don't need to wear my seatbelt. We hear that oftentimes, and we also have the data that shows that many crashes happen within 3 or 4 miles of your home. So there's never a trip that's short enough that you don't need to wear your seatbelt, and that kind of carries us into to also being sure that everyone knows that when they're in the passenger seat or with you in the vehicle, that you're not going anywhere until they buckle up. So you need to, as the driver, you need to ensure that everyone in your vehicle is buckled up before you move on down the roadway. So that then leads into also that we have to be an example and be sure that we're a good example for everyone to make sure that they always buckle up.
Yep, that's right. And it's our responsibility to enforce that in our car because that's part of our control at that time. Now, October is a lot of things going on, but one of the important events that we have right now is Halloween. Do you have any tips for parents when they're gonna take the kids for trick-or-treat at night?
Well, we can surely talk about that, but as we talk about October, it is also a Safe Teen Driver Month, and so we'll be looking at between the 15th and the 21st. We'll be focusing on teen drivers, and it's very important that we point out to our teen drivers to make sure that they also understand that they need to wear your seatbelts whenever they're behind the wheel. About 50% of our fatalities involving teens are unbuckled, so we want to make sure we talk to our teens. So when you're out and you're going to those Halloween festivals, what you need to do, especially if you're going trick or treating and you're going to be out, you want to be seen. So we want to make sure that your children have reflective tapes. Maybe they have a flashlight with them.
Yes.
Always good to have an adult accompanying them as well. And just follow the common rules of being sure that before you cross the road that you look both ways, that you just make sure that you do those safe things that you would always do. But be sure you're visible. And be sure you just watch out for traffic.
Yes.
And as drivers, we need to slow down.
Even if you're driving your own neighborhood, because sometimes you get confident, I'm just right here in the neighborhood, so I don't have to wear my seatbelt. No, you have to wear it all the time.
All the time, yes, yes, all the time you wear your seatbelt. It is the best protection. It is the number one protection that you have against other drivers and other drivers making bad decisions. So it will save your life more than 55% of the time. It will, if you're the driver, it will impact the saving of your life. So, and as a passenger as well, you play a risk if you decide to gamble on not wearing your seatbelt. Your life is worth more than that. So
that is
we
true.
encourage you to just always buckle up.
That is true. Well, thank you so much, John, for keeping us safe on the road and everywhere all the time when you come in here to Living 7x7 and help us with this amazing tip. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, thank you. Now we have to go to commercial break, but coming up next, I know Ashley, she's very excited because she has to keep talking about food, her favorite topic, right after the break.
Welcome back to the coolest show in town. You can ask anybody that knows me. One of my favorite parts of the 757 is the food, and especially seafood. So I'm super excited about our next guest. Please join me in welcoming Alan from the Virginia Beach Seafood Festival.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Welcome to Living 757.
I got the perfect event for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know you do.
It's gonna be good.
I'm so excited. So when and where is this seafood festival?
All right, so it's happening October 21st. Now, for those of us who are from Hampton Roads, we have called it Camp Pendleton for years.
Yep.
It's the Naval Reserve base that's down at the oceanfront,
Right.
basically right there at the end of Bird Neck and General Booth Boulevard, kind of diagonal from the aquarium.
Okay.
Which I never thoroughly thought about. The fish in the aquarium and seafood festival happen right across the street. But anyway, we won't think about that.
We won't tell any of the people at the aquarium what we're doing that day, right?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Now, what kind of foods can you find there? What kind of vendors? Is there going to be food for people who don't like seafood?
All right, so this is what's really cool about this. Literally the area's best restaurants, and it could be Zoe's that we're talking about, or Blue Pete's, or it could be Scrimp Shack, some of the best food trucks. Everything that's seafood related, they converge down there, and it is an amazing event. Yeah, there'll be some food, obviously, for if you're not a seafood lover, but really and truly, come for the seafood. Yeah, if you're going to this food event, it's for the seafood.
Now, can you like crack crabs? Will there be crab legs?
There's a little bit of everything. We let the restaurants come up with their dish, and what's really cool is because they are actually competing,
Right.
then they're really putting out their best stuff because they want to be judged, they want to go away with the trophy.
Oh, they're competing.
Yeah, so you're the real winner by going around and eating all the food because then you're able to, sample the best that these restaurants have to offer.
So who votes?
There's a panel of secret judges that go around and vote. Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah, yeah.
You had me judge the wings. I am offended that you didn't call me for the seafood.
It's no longer a secret now. It's no longer a secret. No, but we'll have a special prize and an award just for you to give out. But no, it's amazing. Again, these guys put out some fantastic food. The event last year was one of the best food festivals that I've ever been to, and we have been to a lot of them.
Yes, we have.
And we're looking forward to October 21st.
So what else is happening there besides the food?
So there's a kids zone, there's bands, there's entertainment. I mean, it's really, we make it so that it's a lot of fun for everybody.
Yep.
So bring your kids, come and plan on spending the day, spend time there. We want you to eat as many plates as you can. Time to digest, kick back, relax, watch the bands,
And the
be
bands
entertained.
are two really good bands.
Yeah, so we've got great lineup, we've got great DJs, and it's all at vbseafoodfestival.com. You can go check it out and see.
So exciting. And it's not just a party, it's a party for a cause. So where's the money going?
All right, so the Virginia gentlemen who put this on, which I'm very proud to be a part of, and all the money goes right back to the community. So whether that's Camp Grom, which is a beautiful camp that is there for kids with disabilities, people with disabilities, Gold Star families, wounded veterans. The first handicap accessible park, which is built in the United States, is right there at the oceanfront. And that's also supported by the Virginia Gentlemen. And then you guys have seen probably the Grombulance driving around town, the ambulance for CHKD that's all painted up. That's also paid for and supported by the Virginia Gentlemen. So all the money and the donations go right back here to the community with assets that you can literally see like, wow, where did the money from my seafood festival ticket go?
Yep.
It went to this awesome ambulance zipping down 264, saving a kid's life.
So funny story before we get to this game we're gonna play. My son actually rode in that ambulance.
Really?
He had croup and urgent care couldn't handle it, so they called CHKD. And my husband was like, he was so scared, but then he saw this colorful ambulance and he automatically felt better.
That's a great story. I never knew that. That's great. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's where your tickets for the Seafood Festival are going to go.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
So we don't like to do straightforward interviews on this show. We're gonna play
we
a
know
fun
that.
little
Okay.
game. We're gonna play our rendition of Pictionary. There's
Okay.
gonna be no winners because there are no teams.
Okay.
But we'll get bragging rights for either being terrible or really great artists, I guess.
Okay. All right. Fair.
All right. So
Fair.
you can draw first. You're the guest.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw first, or
Yep.
I'm gonna draw first.
You pick up the card and then you draw it, and I have to guess.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, okay, cool. All right,
Okay.
All right, ready?
All right. You gotta
Okay.
hold it up so the camera can see it
so
a
the
little
camera
bit
can
too.
see- it's wait. Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay, if you don't, yeah, you got this.
Mermaid.
You got it. See how easy that was?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Now what?
All right.
Now it's your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Mermaid.
That was my mermaid.
This is Alan's mermaid.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know it. She got hit by a boat. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay.
All right.
Oh goodness.
You got this?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this.
All right. SpongeBob?
Yeah! We're good at this.
There we go.
This-
I don't even have kids.
That looks even worse on camera. I'm sorry, Alan. I'm sorry. All right. Now
Now what?
we got time for one more. So
Okay.
you pick
All right,
the next
all
card.
right, got it.
Let's see if we can be 3 for 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, this one's gonna be tough. Okay. All right. How do I do this? Okay.
Fish.
And then how do I do this? don't know how.
School of Fish.
No, let me just.
Goldfish.
How do I?
I love fish because they're so delicious.
How do I? This one's.
East Australian current.
No, like, and I'm not allowed to. I'm not a
fish stick.
Boom! That's it. Fish sticks. You got it. You got it. That's it. That's it. I didn't know how to. I didn't. That's what sticks in a tree, and I don't know.
Oh my goodness! Now, from one of my favorite things in food to another one of my favorite things, our musical guest of the day, Patty. Who are you with?
That's right, Ashley, and we love to support local artists, and today is not an exception. Welcome to the show, Tony, Oren, and Pete from Spirit Gang. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
So excited to have you guys, rock and roll band from Norfolk, Virginia. Now, for those viewers that they don't know a little bit about your background, when you guys start playing together?
So it's kind of mixed up. So I didn't start with these guys until about almost 2 years ago. They
2 years ago.
Found me on Facebook, yeah. But these guys been, I don't know, they've got a different story.
2017 is kind of the kickstart with this guy. Had a couple of lineups here and there, but the real synergy is right now. It's all about now.
You all love rock, or you just come out with this fusion? How did that work out?
It's kind of all over the place. I'm more of kind of like the punk guy. He's more of the metal guy. He's more of the soul guy. So we all kind of meet in the middle somewhere.
I love that.
You do what you love, you know. You do what you love, and then let it synergize, you know.
So what do you guys think about the 757 area? Because it's a lot of talent in this area. How do you guys find yourselves blending in the music?
I guess, like, I don't know, it's a big pool.
Okay.
Sort of. I mean, it could be a bigger pool, I mean, compared to, like, you know, Seattle or Los Angeles.
Other markets,
like
yes.
But, you know,
there's
a lot.
We stay busy. I mean, there's plenty of places to play. There's plenty of, you know, people around. There's, you know, it's definitely a good area. We go out of town when we can, but we love to stay here.
I love to hear that. Well, now, I know it's very important you guys are preparing the EP now. What is so important for you, this material?
This is very important to us because we dedicated this EP to our friend Jeff Hewitt, who is a huge influence in the 757 for poetry, music, you know, art, hip hop, freestyle hip hop. And right before the pandemic, he lost him. He got hit by a truck on his motorcycle, and he had just gotten together with us and took a bunch of photos of us. Like, we were recording a bunch of songs at my house. We have our studio that we do all our work at my house, and we do our own merch and stuff. So it's very grassroots. But the song The Antonym, that's dedicated to him, but the whole EP is too, just because he really championed everybody. It wasn't like the sort of, oh, you know, we like these people here, but we're not going to let these people. He was about everybody. Everybody was
supportive of every art in the area. It doesn't matter what it was, you know, written word, spoken word, singing, everything. So his website was called The Antonym. That's why we call the EP that. And it was definitely we definitely felt the loss when he was gone. So we just wanted to do something to, you know, honor him and keep his name out there and just kind of keep the vibe of what he used to do around.
And I think that was like part of the nucleus for us as a band, because we all knew Jeff in like 3 different iterations. I know I've met him back at an old coffee shop called Casablanca Cafe 20-something years ago. Yeah, very ancient history. Like that was when dinosaurs were still walking around. But you know, they knew him a lot more later on in the years. But yeah, he was very impactful to like the whole entire area when it came to art and music.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear about his loss, and I know it was a very important person for the area. And I'm so happy that you guys shared with us, and also you honored this EP on his name and keep it, you know, together for him. But now, when you guys gonna present, I know you have some events coming up. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
We do have some events coming up. But the best thing to do is to follow us on all our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram, X, TikTok.
Yep, we got it right there on the screen.
And just stay tuned to that. And also, we're on all the streaming platforms if you want to hear our music. You know, and our website has always got some great updates on spiritgunmusic.com as well.
I love that. So what is the song that you guys going to be playing for us today?
We're going to play a song called No Reverse.
Oren wrote the lyrics to this song, and what's great about it is, you know, you have a lot of songs about hard times, right? That's like a million songs are about hard times. But what about the song's about moving past the hard times.
I like that. I love that
And that's
message.
even better, because that's why we're here. We're not here for beer. We're here to like bring people up, man. We're here to like bring the good vibes.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for sharing this story about the significant motive behind this EP for you guys. We have to go to commercial break, but right after the break, we're gonna see Spirit and Gun performing live, so don't go anywhere. Yes. Welcome back to Living 757. What a great show, Ashley. Now, talking about the haunted house, I never promised myself that I would go.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Okay. Well, if you didn't, and I'm remembering incorrectly, what would I have to do to get you to go with me? Because I can't go by myself.
Okay, no, well, I need to go with someone that is willing to hold my hand, number one, so we can walk together. If I get scared, am I gonna be, so you have to agree with that.
Okay.
But just that. I don't need much, but just that.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Where are we gonna sleep? Should we bring sleeping bags?
Sleeping bags? See, that I don't want to talk about that part. That's scary. And sleeping bags? No. We need a room.
So, okay, this is what we'll do. If we want to sleep, we'll just sleep back to back. So if any ghosts come...
Oh, we can share the bed,
we'll see
no?
them.
We cannot do that like when we were little girls? No, we don't.
Okay, well...
When you're little girls and you sleep over with your friends, you know.
I feel like convincing you is the easy part. Convincing Quincy when he comes back is probably not going to be as easy. Because whenever you mention something haunted to Quincy, his voice goes from da-da-da to
something like that, yes. But yeah, we can try. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try it. Yes, we got it.
Living 757 Ghost Hunters Edition.
And that would be great if the camera guys can come with us and just record the whole process. I think it's going to be a nice experience to share with the audience. What do you think about that?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Spooky, spooky. Another thing that is not spooky is if you follow us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram, also on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Not Twitter, TikTok.
Yes.
Under Living 757.
And if you have any ideas for a guest or a place or anything that's an idea for the show, you can send them via email at share@living757.com.
That is right.
It's been such a fun show.
It is. It is.
I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, I'm happy that you're back. That you are back too. And today, because Quincy is in his work vacation, well, happy anniversary to him because remember he talked, I think he was celebrating that also. 20 years, he deserves to celebrate.
Yes.
Another thing that we are going to celebrate right now is another great performance, local people from here, from the 757. And we're gonna say goodbye, but we're gonna leave you with Spirit Gun. Yes, see you next week.
Taking pictures of the city and the wildland. Through the land, it all looks so right. Perfect moment, frozen in black and white. Not too late for the respect in case. You're the king of the hit parade. Now you use what you're given. Yeah. Still see you in the crowd. This place is a ghost town now. We know you will harm the enemy. Think about greatness and sorrow. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. it goes.